with me now in the studio is a local artist who uses tiny dots to create colourful artwork. She currently works on her Christmas collection, and for those of you who are still looking for presents, might want to pop into her studio at the Hotwalls to create your own goodies. So, Kendal, I mean, thank you for joining us, first of all, and you've brought a sort of collection of some of your items with us here today as well, so we can see we've got angels, trees, a nice wreath there.
It's my Christmas collection at the moment, which I didn't know I was going to be making, but then about a month and a half ago I got loads of good ideas, so I've been making lots.
Excellent. I mean, obviously they're great for Christmas presents, or you can use them as decorations in their own right. I mean, how do you come up with these designs? Are they something pre-made, or do you just pop them out of your head?
I guess they do kind of just pop out of my head. I tend to work by sleeping on it. So just before I go to sleep, I'll come up with lots of good ideas, and sometimes I put them in my sketchbook right next to my bed and then get to it the next day if I still remember, if I got there in time.
Excellent. That sounds a great way of working, actually. But, I mean, this might be something that some people may be familiar with. I know we've seen you before in one of our reports. Yeah. But, I mean, just tell me, these aren't just ordinary beads, are they? They're something a little bit more special.
Well, they're fusible beads. These ones are called hammer beads, which are really popular. They're actually a kid's toy, so their fridge is 8+. And they just go on a grid, and then you melt them with an iron with some baking paper in between, and they all fuse together. So it creates a solid sheet of plastic in the end.
Excellent. And as we can see from what you're wearing yourself as well, they can be used for all sorts of different purposes. So jewellery, obviously works of art that you've got here, and pictures as well.
All kinds of things, yeah. So when I started, I'd just make smaller things like accessories, and then I started to think outside of the box and make bigger things like pieces of artwork. And this past year or so, I've been thinking in 3D and trying to make three-dimensional things. And
talking of 3D and three-dimensional things, I mean, if we have a look at one of the trees you've got here, I mean, I love how they're wrapped around so they stand up, and then you've got this sort of battery-powered candle that gives it a nice glow. I mean, I don't know if our camera can pick it up there, but
I think it's probably a bit too light in the studio.
It's probably a little bit too light, but I can looking at it, I can see you've got some really nice transparent beads in there, and I would imagine as well, say at night, that's going to glow really nice and look fantastic on a mantelpiece or a window ledge.
And not only that, but one of my sort of trademarks is to use glow-in-the-dark beads. So you can't see them, but most of the lines in there also glow in the dark.
Excellent. And I mean, down at the front here as well, we've got a few. Are these postcards? Are these Christmas cards? What have you got here?
Just greetings cards, but I also make them as bigger prints as well. And it's just a way of recreating the larger pieces that I make on a more affordable level. Because as you can imagine, it takes quite a while to put each bead together.
Yes.
Sometimes 5,000, 10,000 or more beads.
Wow.
So that outlay equals quite a high price point, which is perfectly acceptable for anyone who would like that. But these prints are a more affordable way for people to own a piece of my art.
And talking about sort of the outlay, obviously, do you place each bead by hand? I mean, is that the hardest part, or is it making sure that they all stick together?
The hardest part is the ironing process, I guess. The most I ever do in one go is about 6,000 at a max. And when you've got the baking paper on it and you're trying to iron that, the surface area of the iron isn't quite the same as the piece you've made. And so lots of things can go wrong in that process.
I mean, obviously with time and practice, you get better at that process. That makes it easier. And I mean, for me as well, personally, I mean, you've got these little angels down at the front here. Now, obviously, everyone knows an iron is a flat surface. How do you create then a curved surface with little wings like that from an iron?
That's sort of a trade secret of mine that I tell anyone who comes to my workshop and wants to learn. So down at the Hotwalls, I definitely do give away my secrets, but it's sort of a special event to get to tell people how it happens.
Excellent. And I believe, like we said in the read, that actually you're helping people to create their own works of art, their own sort of Christmas gifts. I mean, how would we get involved in that?
So mostly these days I work from the Hotwalls in Old Portsmouth with a studio I share with lots of other people, but there's lots of other places I've been running workshops as well, like a place in Fratton called Make, and I can do birthday parties for any age people, and I've got a couple of grown-ups evening workshops coming up too as well.
Okay, and I understand you're not just there at the Hotwalls, you're also at local market stalls and things as well?
Yeah, so I'm in Palmerston Road on all the Saturdays in the run-up to Christmas, and also the Crafts in the Tower that happens at the Square Tower in Old Portsmouth as well.
Excellent. I mean, just looking at some of the pieces you've created for us here, I mean, this wreath is fantastic. I mean, how long did that take to make?
So this one takes me about 4 or 5 hours. It could take others a lot longer. But all of these designs are completely customizable as well. So if you want different colours or different pictures in it, and the same goes for the angels, they can have different hair, they can be male, they can be female, different colours.
And I mean, obviously, pixel art by its very nature as well is very sort of linked into like pop culture. So I mean, one of the cards I see there, you've got Jaws going on. We've got something from Zelda and Mario. So there's a whole plethora of different things that you can do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you say has been some of your most popular?
It depends on cartoons and games that are popular. So as you can probably imagine, things like Minecraft are big at the moment.
Excellent. Well, Kendal, thank you very much for coming in to see us. I mean, that's all we've got time for now, but it looks absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. Cheers.